All right, hello there, welcome back to another wee bit different video. Today's video, finally looking forward to the NBA season ahead of us. Every team, one thing that you can look forward to as a fan, or just in general, if you like that team, if you just, are kind of watching from the side, what is one thing that you can look forward to from every NBA team this season? We're going to start out in the Eastern Conference, move our way all the way down to the Western Conference. Let's get it going. Okay, Boston Celtics. If you are a Boston Celtics fan or if you watch them at all, one thing you can look forward to is another contending championship caliber team. Obviously, they are coming off of a championship win. They didn't lose any big pieces. They maintained their core and they paid them all. And now they are moving forward again, seeking a back-to-back. Obviously, you love the core of Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Jrue Holiday, Derek White. This is a team that is going to be a problem this season, just like last season, and you can look for them to be contending again. Brooklyn Nets. The one thing that I can definitively tell you can look forward to is tank for Cooper Flag. Tank for Cooper Flag, and all it takes is one lottery win to just change this franchise around. So if you're the Nets, you can look forward to tanking. New York Knicks. If you're a New York Knicks fan or if you watch the Knicks at all, one thing you can look forward to is a revitalized core, an improved upon star caliber core is what I should say, because you're adding Karl Anthony Towns, you're adding Mikal Bridges, who are stars. They might not be superstars. Cat, you could argue is a superstar. I wouldn't say he's a superstar, but they are definitively stars. You obviously kept Jalen Brunson. You still have Josh Hart. This team, while they did lose the likes of Dante DiVincenzo, Julius Randle, Isaiah Hartenstein, they are going to be a defensive masterclass. And that is something that every opposing team is going to have to worry about. Not only that, they can all shoot threes. Josh Hart not as well as the others, but Mikal is a sniper. Cat is a sniper. Brunson, when he wants to and he's in his zone, he can definitely snipe. So this New York Knicks team, you can look forward to a revitalized core filled with stars, and you will be looking to contend this year. Philadelphia Sixers. If you're a Sixers fan, you can look forward to Paul George, Joel Embiid, and Tyrese Maxey night in and night out. Nick Nurse obviously still remaining as the head coach. You are hoping that this team finally breaks that barrier and Joel Embiid finally improves his playoff reputation. Now, if you ask me personally, I'm a little concerned with this team, not because they don't have the star power. It's that all the guys that they have on the team aren't necessarily playoff dominators. Tyrese Maxey proved that he can go off, but I still have my doubts about Paul George in the playoffs. But nevertheless, you can look forward to every day being a favorite to win, unless you're going against the likes of like the Boston Celtics and whatnot. Toronto Raptors. If you're a fan of the Toronto Raptors, you can look forward to the continued development of your young stars. More importantly, guys like Scotty Barnes. If you're a Chicago Bulls fan, the one thing you can look forward to is an improved storyline for your team. And that, listen, you guys know you're not competing. You know that this is an entire rebuild. You're leaning on Kobe White. Lonzo Ball is going to be an interesting storyline. Josh Giddey is going to be an interesting project. This team is not competing, and you can look forward to the expectations being much less, but at the same time enjoying your development. Cleveland Cavaliers. The one thing you can look forward to, in my opinion, is a reset on the head coaching department. It just didn't seem like things were the way they needed to be. You still maintain your core of Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Jared Allen, Evan Mobley. They are going to be a fun team to watch. Detroit Pistons, you are looking forward to a whole new system with a new head coach and trying to change the ways of losing constantly and in embarrassing fashions. Cade Cunningham is a beast. He did get paid, but he is a beast. No doubt about it. He'd be talked about way more if this Detroit Pistons team was good. Obviously, you still have a lot of young talent. Jalen Duren, I think, everyone knows he's a beast. Let's be honest. Also, Thompson is still a project. Jaden Ivey is still a project. You have young pieces, and you really can do something good here. Also, they must be very excited about Ron Holland. all in all, it's about young talent in Detroit. Indiana Pacers, you can look forward to a healthy squad that's going to compete night in and night out. You guys know what you did last year. Obviously, injuries derailed your momentum, but this Indiana Pacers team is ready. You can look forward to a very competitive team. Milwaukee Bucks, honestly, it's the same thing as the Pacers. Like, word for word, bar for bar. You can take what I said for each and just apply it to both. Moving on to the Hawks. They're not going to compete. They're not going to be competitive, but the one thing you can definitively look forward to, Zachary Risacher, number 1 pick in the 2024 draft. Obviously still have Trae Young, a couple of other key talent pieces like DeAndre Hunter, Dyson Daniels. You might be able to surprise some teams. Charlotte Hornets. Wow, this team has been bad for a really, really long time. I know you drafted the number 6 pick this year, but the biggest thing I'm looking forward to if I'm a Charlotte fan is LaMelo Ball being healthy. He is an elite player if he's healthy. The problem is that he hasn't been, so a lot of people haven't been talking about him, but I would look forward to that the most, because if he's healthy, this entire narrative of losing can change, especially with the young talent. Miami Heat, one thing to look forward to is another grit and grind season. You know what you have with your team. You know what you want to do. Jimmy Butler, obviously, in a contract year. You added Terry Rozier last season. You still have guys like Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero. It's another grit and grind season that you're going to look forward to, because it doesn't matter where you are in the playoff seedings. I mean, it does matter, but not in the sense that no matter what, this Heat team can be full of surprises. So I would look forward to that. Orlando Magic can look forward to building off of last season, especially with all the young players they have, like Anthony Black. Even Jonathan Isaac at this point is still 27 years old. KCP being an addition. Jalen Suggs is still 23. Paolo is 21. This team is really going to build on last year and be a problem. I didn't even mention Franz Wagner, Wendell Carter Jr., Cole Anthony. You know what I mean? This team can really do more. And that's because last year, again, they surprised. Washington Wizards, the one thing you can look forward to is tank for Cooper Flag. It's just straightforward. That's what you're hoping for. Even if you don't get the number 1 pick, it's a loaded draft class. You can look forward to finding that piece of the future, which they haven't had in a long time. Denver Nuggets can look forward to another year of Nikola Jokic being arguably the best player in the world, and just watching and be amazed at that. Obviously, they're going to compete any given year that they have him, so they can look forward to another competitive year. Minnesota Timberwolves, they have a lot to look forward to. In my opinion, they have 3 huge additions, 2 of which are high profile, 1 which other people aren't really talking about enough. So the 2 that I'm talking about that are high profile is obviously Dante DiVincenzo, Julius Randle. Everyone has been talking about it because it's the biggest trade. Now, the one that I'm interested in is Rob Dillingham. Reason why? They got him from San Antonio, the rights to him. He was, I believe, the 9th or 10th pick in the draft, and he is a promising addition. Obviously, Anthony Edwards is still being there, but the biggest thing to look forward to me, is the addition of these new players and seeing them get acclimated with Minnesota, and Minnesota trying to compete for a title with what they added. Oklahoma City Thunder, to me, with all the things to look forward to, I still think the biggest thing is still Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You know, I think that he can still be better. You know, you did add Alex Caruso, and you're looking forward to all the pieces like Lou Dort, J-Dub, J. Will, Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins, Isaiah Hartenstein. But I think the number 1 thing to look forward to is Shai really gunning for that MVP, because he's going to be about it. Portland Trailblazers, you know, it's unfortunate that Shaedon Sharpe gets hurt, but you can still look forward to the young development of Scoot Henderson. I think he can be really impactful for this organization moving forward. I would keep a close eye on that. Utah Jazz, they're in a weird spot because they're not good, but they have some very tradable pieces who are not going to be more tradable than they are now than later. For example, Jordan Clarkson, Colin Sexton, I can't say he's going to be better later on. I mean, he is only 25. Lauri Markkanen, you know what I mean? So I would look forward to seeing how they're going to try and rebuild, because you ain't playing You ain't playing for any playoff spot with that roster. Golden State Warriors, you know, through all the roster woes and all the financial woes, one thing you can always look forward to is Steph Curry being Stephen Curry and making magic happen. LA Clippers, you know, unfortunately for them, I don't think there's a lot to look forward to, because I can tell you right now, they're just not going to compete for any sort of championship. But there's one thing I will say is just to see that the stress, the pressure is going to be taken away with Paul George out. Focus on James Harden, focus on Kawhi if he can be healthy, you know what I mean? See what they can do, because with Paul George there, they did have to face some pressure. I think the pressure is all gone. That's something to look forward to. Los Angeles Lakers, the pressure never ends because you have LeBron, who in my opinion is the GOAT. You could argue Jordan, you could argue other players, but again, in my opinion, LeBron's the GOAT. I think the one thing you can look forward to above all else is watching him continue to make history. I'm a Laker fan, and I can tell you right now, I look forward to watching that every time he plays. Phoenix Suns, the one thing you can definitively look forward to is another year of Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, and Devin Booker trying to mesh well together. I mean, ultimately, you've been disappointed with how things have gone the past 5-6 years because you feel like you're really kind of pushing that boundary of being a playoff team to a championship caliber team. But no doubt about it, this year you're still looking forward to them meshing better and better and better, and still seeing the best out of Bradley Beal. Sacramento Kings, this one's really straightforward. DeMar DeRozan. You know, he's going to be the difference maker if this team is going to take that next leap. Not because he's the best player on the team, but because he's the biggest addition, that they just signed him outright in free agency. They didn't have to lose any crazy pieces to get him. So Dallas Mavericks, you know, you add Klay Thompson, and I would say that's the thing to look forward to most. But at the end of the day, it's Kyrie and Luka still. It's always going to be Kyrie and Luka to look forward to most. You know what I mean? I know last year you pushed for that playoff run and you get to the finals and you're feeling good and you lose to Boston and Boston just dominates, but Kyrie and Luka still is the thing that you look forward to most. Klay Thompson's not, his addition isn't changing that. Houston Rockets, the thing I would look forward to most is just seeing the scrappiness from this team. You have a lot of unproven players. That's just what it is. Players who haven't done jack shit in the playoffs aside from Fred VanVleet, but even then he's never been the guy. You just have a lot of unproven players, so I'd be really interested to see how these guys scrap their way to victories. The development of Jabari Smith Jr. You know, obviously we can talk about guys like Amen Thompson and just a younger core, but I'm looking forward to their scrappiness. Memphis Grizzlies, the return of a healthy squad, and Ja Morant. This is not even a hard one to answer. It's Ja Morant. That's what you're looking forward to. What can you guys do with the healthy squad right now? New Orleans Pelicans, this one's straightforward in that you're looking forward to the most is DeJounte Murray because he's a new addition. But at the same time, I don't think that outweighs the fact that Zion seems to be turning a new leaf of wanting to be just the best player that he can be. And there's been a lot of talk about a lot of things about them not having a center, but I'm curious to see how Zion pans out. But if you're a fan, you're probably looking forward to seeing how the team looks now with DeJounte Murray. San Antonio Spurs, this one's super easy as well. Wemby, 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 Wemby. It's always going to be about Wemby. He is the biggest prospect right now in the NBA who everyone and their mama and their mama's mama is talking about because he is supposed to be the next best. That's just the expectation with Wemby. Without question, you're looking forward to that. I do want to clear something up, though. I did say for Minnesota, the thing you're looking forward to is the 3 new additions. But also, it's arguable that you're saying the development of Anthony Edwards still. He's still super young. You think he can take an even bigger step. I just sided with the 3 new additions because that's going to change everything. I'm kind of assuming Anthony Edwards is going to continue to get better, but those 3 new additions are going to change everything for that team. Anyway, if you're a fan of any of these 30 teams, you still have something to look forward to. Something. Let me know what you guys think. As always, I greatly appreciate you guys for watching. This is I'll Even Different. And we out.